Hello everybody, welcome back in for another video. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, smash that subscribe button. It helps me out so much. So today we're going to be going over all the Adepticon stuff. Now I did a live stream on Twitch for all of this, but some people missed it. So I wanted to make a video where I just go through everything and talk about what I think about it. And I feel like this is a good time to kind of, everything's calmed down a little. I know people were freaking out the days preceding it, and people still are, but I think it's better to take some time, take a deep breath and now look at everything with a fresh set of eyes. So first thing that they showed was Necromunda Ash Wastes. So right off the bat, this is a cool new box set for Necromunda. Again, they're going outside the hive, which some people were kind of apprehensive about, but I think it gives an opportunity to really change up the game mode, right? Like, I know some people didn't care for Necromunda inside the hive. It was too much cover. So this is a complete flip where now there's almost no cover. I know there's been some worry about the way the game is played and the custom dice that they use, where it's not going to be as effective in Ash Waste, but I think everyone should, let's see how it plays first before everyone starts writing it off. There's already been a lot of reviews of it being like, it's never going to work, it's nonsensical. But again, within Necromunda, even in the video game, there's a train heist mission, right? Where you're leaving the hive and going on a train. So I feel like there's a lot of stories to be told here, and who knows, it may be a great new game system. We don't know. They're adding in new dice, and again, until I get to play it, I can't really make any assumptions about what's going to happen with it. I love the new models. I love the new modular terrain. Maybe we'll get this box. We'll have to see again. I do want to try and give every game a go so I can give better reviews for all of you on this channel, but it depends on the cost, right? With all these new boxes, especially if they do something which has happened before where it's rapid releases one after the other. Like, what if they do Ash Waste, Night Box, Horus Heresy box in 3 weeks? Because that could happen, and theoretically it might be like $1,000 for those three things. You just don't know yet, so we'll have to see what happens. In terms of the Ash Waste gang, the aesthetic is phenomenal. I can't speak highly enough about these sculpts. I'm going to be using these for my Death Guard cultists. I have been trying to think of something to use for Death Guard cultists. I feel like the Necromunda gangs, there's kind of 1-2 gangs that you can convert into most of the Chaos Legions, but Death Guard kind of didn't really have anything. Now they have, like, perfect. Like, these look like people who, again, it makes sense for Ash Waste where they're got the banners are to cover them from the sun. They've got the masks and they're covering all their skin so that when there's a sandstorm, they don't die. But with the models, it also makes sense for Death Guard because they're essentially, I'd say, guardsmen who have turned to Nurgle and they're trying to still fight. They're trying to operate as a unit and they're completely covered up. They've got air breathers, rebreathers, and they're all kind of deteriorating too, which is perfect for Nurgle. You've got the new ATVs for Warlock. No, that's on Orlok, for House Orlok. Sorry. So I like these two. The weapon options are interesting, and again, this is cool because it's going to give every single gang vehicles, which I can't wait to see GW's take on that. And then you've got these, which I think are some of the coolest things that they showed. It's just crazy. I love these models again for Death Guard, Nurgle, bugs, right? The humans riding bugs to get around the infected landscape of a Nurgle demon world makes perfect sense to me. I will get these and use these again for like Trader Guardsmen, cultists. It's going to be great. And then again, the terrain, I'm a big terrain person. I actually like painting terrain and constructing terrain and building cities. When I was a kid, I used to do it out of cardboard. I would make massive cities out of nothing, basically. But these are really cool. But again, I do want to know the cost of this box set. But I could see myself connecting these pods. Like, you get a couple extra ones, really build up the height of the table, which is what I think Necromunda is about. You'll be getting the new rule book. Again, the yellow dice, I believe, are the new dice for vehicles, which is interesting. We'll have to see how that works. And I know that some people were not too stoked on there being a new Necromunda rule book. But it's in the box set. But again, we'll have to see the price because usually that size rule book is around $80. So we'll have to see what it ends up being. But again, I am personally excited for this. I like the new models. I like the new terrain. Okay, let's take a look at the next thing. So for Warhammer Underworlds, it was the Harrow Deep, the Exiled Dead. So for this, it's actually a kind of cool storyline where for the Soulblight Gravelords, there's this vampire necromancer who is doing experiments that got him exiled. And also, it's funny, he's got some spare hands in case somebody loses a hand. You just reattach it. I like the main model a lot. So they're talking about using the motive force, I believe, is what is powering these zombies. So it's kind of a new take on the zombies. Instead of just, raising them up, there's a force behind them. And then there's some combination zombies here where you're attaching the giant arm to the tiny zombie. And I actually like the zombie with the axe and shield because like the skeletons from Cursed City, that every single city has their own armor, their own guards. So it just reminds me of that, and I really like that concept in Age of Sigmar. But some people have been saying, and I'm inclined to agree, that they could have gone further. Like the one zombie that's got the reattached arm, and then there's this zombie that's got the smaller arm, where they all should have had some crazy reattachments. Like one of them's got a different head, one of them's got different legs, and they could have gone a bit further with them. I'm going to get this box set. I think Harrow Deep is the most interesting set of Underworlds they've done in a long time. And I'm excited about it. And again, it gives me a chance to paint something a little bit different that I don't normally paint. And Underworlds is great for that. But again, I know that some people have been turned off of Underworlds because of the price increase, where they just say each gang or each war band is just too much now. But I'm excited for something new. So let's go into the next thing. So Chaos Knights. I'm stoked on the Chaos Knights. The trailer video got me with it. Was funny. I have the reaction to the invitation. I was like, this is dumb. It was great. It was so good. They got me. So they have the new War Dogs. Most people have been converting these for years and have been doing a great job. There's some really good ideas online. They basically just make a box for you now. I am worried about if it's going to be 2 in a box or 1, because they only showed 1. So I'm not sure if these new War Dogs are going to be sold as 1 and will be more expensive than the double. I am concerned about that, but we'll wait and see before I make a comment on that. So now we've got the new Chaos Knight, which is awesome. I want one of these in my army. Like the helmet, the arms, it's such an insane sculpt. I love it. But again, I'll see how much the conversion sprue is, because essentially it's just the regular knight body. You just get a different sprue to make this specific Chaos Knight. And then there's also was revealed the box set, where there's going to be a special one-time release box set where it'll be this knight. It looks like 1 War Dog. I'm not sure if it's 2 or 1. The codex and the data cards. Again, I want to see the cost of that. I want to see if it's worth it. I know a lot of the box sets they're releasing now, you save no money by getting them, but you get the models a month or 2 before everyone else has access to them. So that's the perceived value, is you get the models earlier. I don't want the data cards. I don't use data cards. I've gotten them in the past and I end up losing them. I end up like they're bent or something, and it's just I leave them at home usually, or I forget them or something. So I'm not big on those. So those being in the set, I may wait to get them. But again, we'll have to see what the if there is a bundle of some sorts. So next, there is the other new Codex Imperial Knights. There's no new models for them. It's just the new Codex. I believe they've always released the 2 codexes at the same time, because essentially the knights have to fight each other. So doing one then the other is kind of nonsensical. For Blood Bowl, we've got the new Norse team. So apparently the original models for this Blood Bowl team were like it was kind of a concept idea, or the models were just kind of looked like marauders. There was no storyline to them. They just brought them out. This is, again, that idea fully conceptualized, which I like. There's a lot of conversion bits here, which they mention as well. It's funny with the Space Wolves, where they're like, you want to get this set for these heads. I'm like, this box set's like $60. If you buy this for 2 heads, you're crazy. But this set looks cool. And I like the boars with the beer. It's super funny. Or the pigs, sorry. Again, I'm not really playing Blood Bowl. I have the Blood Bowl starter box, the 2nd edition one that I split with For Almighty 1. I've got the orcs. I'll end up painting them at some point and and playing with Fro, but when that day will come, hopefully be soon. And so we've got the new season of war for Thondia. So just like Warhammer 40,000, they're now introducing seasons into Age of Sigmar. So I'm going to go through this slowly because I have a lot to talk about here. So the idea of Thondia coming to life, like this picture, this is what I want from Age of Sigmar. This is what I need, is this crazy idea, these giant creatures where, like, look at this. If this should be a model, that's insane. It's so cool. It looks like Godzilla's skeleton has come to life in Thondia and is fighting people, like, right? But then you get this model, and it's okay. Like, I like the idea of it, but I want this to be 10 times bigger. I wanted a Mega Garganth skeleton, right? I want that picture. I want this in model form, right? And then I get this, and I'm kind of like, well, I would have preferred this thing. So it's funny showing me this picture and then this model where I'm like, but the picture is, right? Or if it was a picture of this specific model, I'd get it more, but you showed me something that's so much cooler, then why didn't I get the cooler thing? Then we move into the terrain. So I don't know how much this box is going to cost. I'm a big terrain guy. I like this terrain. I like the fountain purifying the land for Age of Sigmar is really cool. I love this skeleton. Again, like, look at this. This is this model, right? Use the bones of this to make this thing. Way cooler. But anyways, so this is going to come out in a box set, and then the book, I'm assuming initially, is going to be released in this box set, and then it will be available outside. The seasons are going to work where every 6 months you need to buy a new book to play, theoretically. And I don't know. I can't afford that. I haven't gotten a single one for Warhammer 40,000. I have no intention of buying them even for a review because I can't keep up with that. Usually for the Warhammer 40K, it's 3 separate books. They're $50-$60 each. So it's $150 every 6 months to keep up to date. I'm good. I'll just keep playing the regular core book. I don't need this stuff. I'd love to get my hands on the terrain at some point. Maybe they'll parcel it out, but well, again, we'll have to see the cost. Who knows how much this box will be? But would I like to get it? I'd like to get the terrain, but I'm kind of good on the book. But again, we'll see what happens with it. But again, the seasons idea, like I don't really get to play much anymore anyway. So buying books to keep up to date, I'm gonna have to pass. But we'll see in time what happens. So we also had the one model, the Drowner. This was a complete surprise. Didn't see this coming at all, and I absolutely love this model. The detail on it is phenomenal. I like the little storyline behind it, and I think that the Nighthaunt are some of the coolest Age of Sigmar models you can get. It's just wild what they're doing with them, and this is just another fantastic sculpt for the Nighthaunt. The little details, like this was pointed out in the stream. You've got the ghost who's reaching for the gold coins. He's already snagging one kind of thing, trying to steal. It's very funny. It's little nods and cues to that I love. So that was a nice surprise. So the next thing, which is the last thing, it's the Horus heresy. So they showed the cinematic video, okay? So everybody has lost their marbles, right? Every single person is going online being like, Horus heresy box set, let's go. We're waiting for this box set to be released. So they're saying it's going to be like the Dominion box set. It's going to be like the Indomitus box set. So those were priced at $249. So theoretically, with them saying that, it should be $249. Like I don't know if that will be a 5% price increase on top of that. So we'll have to see what it ends up costing. But it's strange to me because I think this is a great example of how things can flip a switch with Games Workshop, where a week ago everyone was losing it about the price increase and all these other things that are going on with them, and now everybody's just talking about the Horus heresy. So doing this animated video is so smart from Games Workshop. It was such good timing. But I want to see what happens with this, because this box set again needs to save Horus heresy, and it might. But the real issue is if they're going to bring out Horus heresy en masse in plastic kits. So if we're going to get Leviathan Dreadnought plastic kits, if all of the stuff that you get from Forge World that makes Horus heresy so expensive comes out as plastic kits that are cheaper, Will everyone get into Horus heresy? We'll have to wait and see. I think this will probably be a summer release, and I'm excited for it. But again, I need more information about it. Everybody says it broke the internet, though. Everyone's lost their marbles, which is funny. I do want to see the rest of the models. I'm assuming that box set that I did the preview video for with the released pictures or the leaked pictures is correct, and that's what's going to come in the box. But again, I'm waiting to see the price before I make any judgments. This model, it's funny. Everyone's like, this is the coolest thing ever in model. I don't like this model. I don't know. Is it just me? It's just like I might convert it into something different, but it just, I don't know. I just don't care for it. And I honestly can't tell you why. It just doesn't do it for me. And it's surprising because it's a Marine. It checks a lot of the boxes that you would assume I would like this model. But I don't know. I might repose it or something, give it different weapons, different head for sure. I don't care for that head. But yeah, it's funny. A lot of people have also been talking about with Horus Heresy where it's funny to think about, but the game centers around essentially one model combat where it's your Primarchs are fighting, right? The Primarchs destroy everything else. You have to have Primarch versus Primarch fights. And there's been a lot of people saying that they don't like that style of miniature wargaming where the whole battle is coming down to 1v1 fights, and whoever wins that fight, that model will then crush the rest of the table. Again, I've never played Horus Heresy. I don't know if it's like that or not. So the only other thing left on here is the Chaos Stirs. This is the video they showed at the very end. I've already made a separate YouTube video for that because I went through and broke it down frame by frame. So please go check out that video as well. And let me know in the comments, what did you think of Adepticon? Are you super excited for everything? Are you hesitant? Are you cautious? Again, let me know what you think, and I'll see everybody soon.